Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late December 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. I hope you're all feeling festive and fabulous. Get to have your cards read by Kyle Claus this week, so let's see what's happening for the lovely Virgos. Merry Christmas to everyone, right? Happy New Year, all that good stuff. But yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Well, let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo. In late December, we're finishing off the year. What's going on with my friends for the rest of 2023? All right. Okay, so this one always does make me raise an eyebrow when I see it, because it does remind me of the Eight of Swords. You see the imagery, it's very beautiful. For some of you, this could be something as simple as cabin fever or just someone feeling bound by something. We're really going to have to dig into this a little bit deeper. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So we see the imagery here, that beautiful angel with the big wings. It is bound up by that red ribbon. So this does remind me of the Eight of Swords. It could be someone that feels trapped. It could be someone that feels like they're stuck in one situation or another. And as I said, it could be on a spectrum. This could be anything from like a routine that is like draining you, or this could be cabin fever. You might just need to shake something up and get out there. But this can also be an anxiety or nervousness that we're picking up. So just know in this time you might be a little on edge. If you are on edge, Spirit might be asking you to really pay a little attention to it. Like, don't just suppress it, put it to the side. Because this card, those are the main things I always think of. Either it's someone that's feeling like they're trapped in one way or another, or it is that like anxiety, nervousness. And it doesn't have to be the be-all, end-all energy. Remember, like, this isn't the whole reading itself, but it's an uncomfortable energy we're picking up in the front. So we're just going to put it down there for now. We're going to get into tarot. And as I already said, yeah, that's not the be-all, end-all of the reading. It doesn't make or break it. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness here. So let's shuffle it up one time for the lovely Virgos. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. There was a lot happening last week, and change was the name of the game. You had tower energy and everything. The reading was titled A Shocking Change. So for some of you, you might be going through a lot of changes in life, okay? Whether it's in work situations, personal relationships, inner feelings. Like, there was a lot of things shifting and moving, and things could be popping up suddenly. So keep that in mind, even moving forward. That tower energy can linger for a time. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. So let's get it going here. 3 cards to start. What do we have for the lovely Virgo collective, please? Guides and spirit team. Okay, yeah, the deck is being specific for all of the earth signs this week. There we go. Thank you. Interesting. So 2 cards popped out together. We have the big manifesting and creating of the 3 of Wands. This is a lovely, lovely energy. Normally, could be somebody in a holding position or waiting position of some kind. But we also have a card that could represent returns or history. We have the 6 of Cups. Yeah, memories. Makes sense during this time of year. A lot of people take walks down memory lane. Let's get you one more, and we'll really build this story out. What do we have for Virgo? I'd just be talking about a person. Yeah, so earthy energy to ground us down here on the back end, a card that could represent you. So yeah, we're really going to have to take a closer look at this whole reading, Virgo. I feel like there's a lot of nuance that we're going to see. But yeah, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, I'm seeing a lot of different elements here. We have fire, we have water, we have earth. This could be separate areas of life. It could be all one situation. It all really depends. We have a waiting card. We have a past card. Another card that's a little bit waiting. So you might be holding to see how something's going to play out, or literally waiting on someone or something. But let's go piece by piece and start to build this out. Position number 1, we have the 3 of Wands. beautiful energy normally. So, pardon me, when I see the Three of Wands, I do think that this could be manifesting. So a lot of you might be in that mode where you're purposely manifesting, purposely creating something. Generally, this card shows up when something is just within reach. So it's like, oh, it's almost there. It's almost within my hands. So this could be very good. Just know a lot of Virgos, your powers of creating and manifesting could really be heightened in this time. But when I see the Three of Wands, I do also think of waiting around. So whether this is someone waiting on you, you waiting on someone or something, or a possible result, it's an interesting card. Now, in its challenge, the Three of Wands could represent delays. This could represent feelings of being stuck. So somebody might be feeling stuck or stuck on something or someone even. And remember what we had here in the very beginning. We have this trapped energy here. Now we have this waiting energy. We have past. So I'm really hoping that's not the case as we continue to move forward. Now, getting to the center, we have the Six of Cups. Beautiful energy. So this could just represent a soul tie, a soul connection, someone that's very near and dear to your heart, somebody that you may have a ton of history with. When we have the Six of Cups, there's beautiful love and care when this card shows up. So I also say this could be somebody you're connected to. Like, this doesn't just have to represent your energy. It could be someone in your circle. So it's like we have a card of others. We have a card of yourself. We're really going to want to see how this all plays out. But a big thing with the Six of Cups is it just represents memories and history. So maybe you're taking the trips down memory lane here, or maybe someone from your past or something from your past might be priming to come back around. It really depends what we see when we clarify it. And I saw that for you, I think like 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. There was this returning type of energy, and it's like popping up once again. So we'll want to see what's up with this. Now, the challenge of the Six of Cups, it could represent somebody that is stuck. So you see what I mean? Stuck in the past, thinking about tough memories. So these are energies that we really want to look out for as we move forward within the reading. Now, getting to the back end, while I get this Six of Cups back where it belongs, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So earth sign energy. As I said, this could represent you in my simplistic style of reading. It could represent a Capricorn or even a Taurus. All knights represent action and forward movement. This one is the slowest one. So when we see the Knight of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, they'll get there. They're going to get the job done. It's going to take a little bit of time. So once again, we have like these slow, deliberate, possible even delays showing up within this week's reading, which is good. When we saw Tower energy last week, things moving and shocking energy, this is a good energy to have to like rebound off of that. Simply in my style, this Knight of Pentacles could represent something that's coming towards you or a way you might be feeling, since it's one of your cards. But remember, it's very slow. It's very meticulous. But the challenge in this card, just like it seems to be the challenge with all these other cards this week, is that it could be very slow. It could represent delays. It could represent somebody feeling trapped in some sort of way. So we're really going to want to see how all this plays out. There's possibility for action and change and movement, but we really want to see how it all layers up. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. See what's happening. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Three of Wands. What's this manifesting about? And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Virgo, you drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Three of Wands time. Let's see what's happening here. Why is that Three of Wands in the mix? I mean, maybe it's someone reflecting, taking time to reflect on something. That's a big possibility. Okay. All right, this is very sudden action and something popping up out of nowhere. We have the Eight of Wands underneath the Three of Wands, especially if you've been wanting to have a talk with someone. There could be an unexpected or surprising talk or message that comes out of nowhere here. We have the Eight of Wands in the upright, so we have a lot of fire. This was almost very jarring with the energy that I was settling into in the top, and now we have this Eight of Wands. It's probably the second fastest card in the whole entire deck, and it is a card of communication, messages, forward movement, and action. And it's giving me the vibe of, like, you ever see someone pulling back a slingshot and they're pulling, and right before they let it snap? That's kind of how this energy feels to me when I have it right underneath this Three of Wands. So I would say for a lot of you, get ready. Now, if this is a communication or a talk, once again, it could be surprising, unexpected, or could come out of nowhere. There's something about to pop off here. Okay, there's something like, remember, the slingshot's pulled back. It's about to pop off. That's the big vibe I'm getting, because this is inherent action. This is almost unstoppable, and it's forward progress. Now, I want to see if it continues to play as we move throughout the rest of this, because there are still some possibilities of choppy waters and choppy delays, but you might have some very interesting conversations in this time, because I got possible people popping up out of nowhere, things popping up, similar to like the vein we had last week. Pardon me. So this Eight of Wands, was not suspecting this underneath the Three of Wands. If you've been manifesting communication, it could be coming in a very, very big way. And for a lot of you, if you're really trying to change a situation or change a current situation, put that manifesting power out there, because your powers of creating things and bringing them forth are heightened here. But yeah, expect the unexpected in regards to people hitting you up. Let's move in on that Six of Cups. Very intriguing. Let's see why that Six of Cups is in the mix. All right. That slingshot energy, it's still giving me that vibe, that pull back, pull back, pull back. Let's go in on that Six of Cups. Let's see what's happening here. Whether it's just a person, or maybe it is just memories. It's possible. Maybe that's something about the communication too, is like reminiscing. I'm picking up here. Yep. Okay, Two of Wands. Now we're getting a lot of fire and undercurrents. And you know what I always say about fire, it could be a little unpredictable. This is a card, when we see the Two of Wands in reverse, unpredictable and action. Because the Two of Wands is very similar to the Three, where it's like somebody waiting, planning, strategizing. In reverse, it's like unplanned, not strategized. Okay, so for some of you, once again, people popping up, conversations popping up, but again, so many different things just like dropping onto your plate here. Now, the Two of Wands, sometimes it could be a decision, sometimes it could be a choice. And when I see it in reverse, it's like, I'm still getting that return energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if certain individuals or people swing back around. We've been seeing this in undercurrent for you for like a month, okay, where like you're magnetically attracting people or bringing people back around. So don't say I didn't tell you again, because it's like all over the place here. And the Two of Wands is unplanned. Okay, so maybe this is someone that, hey, maybe they weren't planning on hitting you up. Maybe they weren't planning on swinging back around, but it happens. Okay, and it's so jarring the way this energy has switched. And now notice, more than half of it is fire at this point. So there's this unpredictability. Let's keep moving and see what's up. So yeah, the main big things here, possible return or people popping up out of nowhere. That seems to be the name of the game, especially with what we have here in the beginning. But let's see what that Knight of Pentacles has to say. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. Interesting. Now that depends if you want these energies around or not. For some of you, you might think this is the best thing in the world. For some of you, it's like, no thanks. But the energy is there regardless. So let's go in on that Knight of Pentacles. And if any of you are cross-watching for Virgo, this is good for communication for sure. So let's see what's happening. Why is that Knight of Pentacles here? Thank you. Yeah, and things are going to start moving here. We have the Six of Swords. These are things getting better. Okay, so for a lot of you, if you've been going through a troubled time, this could be a sense of peace or acceptance that you're starting to feel, and I really like it. Now, the Six of Swords, and I could say that about the Three of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Wands, there's a big energy around travel and distance, okay? Like more than half of this spread has cards of travel and distance, so you might be preparing for a trip of some kind, or you might be in the midst of one when all this energy around travel is here. But the Six of Swords to me is improvement, things getting better. So for a lot of you, all this movement, all this energy might be for the best. Like, even if you don't realize it, even if you don't know it, if there have been delays, if you have been feeling stuck in a rut with this Knight of Pentacles energy, this Six of Swords is like, okay, things are going to start moving. Things are going to start going in a positive direction. However, I do need to give this little caveat. For a very small portion of you, there is either somebody you're connected to that might feel abandoned, or you might be experiencing feelings of abandonment in this time, okay? Like, maybe it's things that are bubbling back up. We're not going to go into it too deep, but the Six of Swords could sometimes represent somebody like abandoning something or leaving it behind in its rough form. But I do feel for the vast majority of you, this is improvement. There's so much around travel here and distance. So what a change in the energy. And now you see why whenever I do a reading, I try not to get too carried away with the top row, because you can take a full left turn on the bottom row, and that's kind of what's happening here. But I feel like this movement, this action, all this stuff is for the best. So let's go through. I'll do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card, Virgo. So some of the things we've been seeing for weeks now are popping up. Some are totally different, but if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the 3 of Wands with the 8 of Wands in the upright. I told you it felt like someone pulling back a slingshot to like make a move, take an action, like it explodes forth. Expect unexpected conversations and talks and messages and people hitting you up, especially because it got reiterated here in the center. But there is action, there are moves about to be made. Just know if there's something or an outcome you want, Spirit is asking you to purposely manifest it and speak it into existence. In the center, we have the 6 of Cups, 2 of Wands in reverse here. And it was giving me the vibe of like unplanned returns and people popping up out of nowhere, that's been in your story for weeks now, and it's still here. Okay, it's like returning to the past in one way or another. You could be taking a lot of walks down memory lane too. On the back end, we have the Knight of Pentacles with the 6 of Swords in the upright. So many cards of distance and travel here. So whether you're planning one, whether you're in the midst of one, that could be possible. I'm getting big improvements, and all this action, these communications are going to do you well. They're going to do you good, right? It's going to make you feel better, like you can move forward. I was getting the vibe of somebody coming to peace with a situation as well, but there was that little undercurrent of someone possibly feeling rejected, and so not rejected, but abandoned in some sort of way. So watch out for those energies, especially if you're feeling some solitude in this time. Please take a screenshot, my friends. Let's get you one shadow card here. And we're going to shuffle it up one time and see what's in the shadows for the lovely Virgos, just to end us off real nice. I would say overall that was optimistic. You're probably going to be more popular than you normally are in the coming days and weeks. Let's see what's in the shadows for my friends. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see what's up, whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. The shadow card doesn't always have to be a challenge either. It could be a good thing. Let's get it going. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. It is a beautiful way to support the channel, and I appreciate all my members. Obviously, no pressure. Let's get you one shadow card. What do we got for the Virgos here? One shadow card for my friends. Thank you. 3 of Swords, the same one came up in the Capricorn reading, so it might be something affecting a lot of the earth signs this week and earth placements. The 3 of Swords is a card that I see in the shadows often for a lot of different signs. It is a card of pain and heartbreak, uncomfortable feelings, so Spirit might just be telling you, like, hey, someone you're connected to is feeling this even if they're not showing it. Or some of you might just be putting on a brave face in this time, okay? Like you might be feeling this 3 of Swords, this pain or whatever it might be, and you're not showing it to the outside world, which makes sense, okay? Or showing how much something is affecting you. But one thing I will say with this card, and I said it in the Capricorn reading as well, if you are hanging on to any of these pains, Spirit's not telling you like, hey, you have to resolve it right now. You have to do all the work right now. It's more about acknowledging something or acknowledgement of this 3 of Swords. So if there's something bothering you, you don't have to solve it all in a day. That's the big thing here. So Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for December, I'll be giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. It's one of my favorite new decks out there, and it's really enjoyable to work with. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you think tarot is best used for? Is it for looking at love situations, the past, the future, energy checks? Whatever it is, you drop your answer down in the comments below. And as always, the winners will be announced at random at the end of December. My friends, as always, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.